So why would somebody use a liposomal supplement as opposed to a regular supplement? Liposomal is really cool. It's a great technology because essentially what you're getting with it is you're getting very small fat droplets that are able to contain the active ingredient of whatever the supplement is that you're taking. And the reason this is useful is because these little fat droplets are able to very easily pass into and through our mucous membranes. So that's why they will say to you to take it under the tongue or put it in your cheek. And you will often be told to hold it there for like 30 seconds. It's so that it can get absorbed through your mucous membranes. The reason this is really useful is because obviously when we are digesting things, we have to go through our stomach, which has a lot of acidity. And with a lot of drugs, medications, supplements, if they are, for example, peptide types of drugs or nutrients or whatever, they're going to get broken down by the stomach. And that's what the stomach is there for. It's to break them down. So, of course, a lot of them are going to be inactive by the time that they actually get absorbed by our intestines. This is why, for example, you will never see somebody taking really an oral insulin. It may come up in the future, but it would be very hard to have an oral insulin because, of course, it's a peptide molecule, and that's going to get broken down by our very acidic stomach. Another thing that liposomal supplements, drugs don't end up having to go through is, of course, the phase 1 and phase 2 and phase 3 detoxification that occurs. So essentially what's going to happen is they'll continue through our stomach and then go into our small intestine. This is where we absorb most of our nutrients, drugs, things like that. And that's going to then go to the liver. The liver's going to then do some things to it like oxidation, reduction, hydrolysis. It's then going to conjugate the molecule, and this could be put in like a methyl group or an acetyl group or something like that, an amino acid group. And all of this is basically to just make that molecule more able to be dissolved in water. Why? Because then we can excrete it in the urine. So essentially every time our heart pumps and that blood gets distributed through our body, we're going to go through this metabolism via the liver, and eventually anything like any drug, any toxin, any medication, any supplement is going to eventually get excreted. So that's a good thing. But the interesting thing about liposomal is that, as I said, it does bypass a lot of this. And so it's going to get more chance to get to the cells first before it goes to the liver and gets detoxified and then obviously eventually excreted in the urine. So wherever there's an option to have liposomal, I definitely like to take it, especially when it's really important ones like B12, and especially in people, for example, who are having methylation issues. It can be really great to get the liposomal because then you know that it's going to go straight to those cells, give them a first pass of chance to take it in, and you're not going to be wasting it out in the urine.